The Governor of the State of Illinois has declared a gubernatorial disaster proclamation in response to COVID-19 outbreak, and all of the village of Glendale Heights is covered by the disaster area. In light of the ongoing COVID-19 outbreak, the village president of the village of Glendale Heights has determined that an in-person meeting for the January 6, 2022 Village Board and Committee of the Whole meeting is not practical or prudent in light of the disaster. All of the trustees of the Village Board participating in the January 6, 2022 Village Board meeting, wherever their physical location, shall be verified and determined that they can hear one another and can hear all discussion and testimony during the meetings. Signed, Chaudhry M. A. Khokhar, Village President of the Village of Glendale Heights, dated January 6, 2022. I would like to call the Village Board meeting of Thursday, January 6, 2022 to order. Will the clerk please take the roll?
President Coker?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Here.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Here.
Trustee Pojek?
Here.
Trustee Schroeder?
Yes, here.
Please stand and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy New Year, everybody. And we will continue with petitions and communication. Community announcement. Trustee Schmidt, please.
Thank you.
You will.
The Glendale Heights Police Department, along with numerous other police departments across the country, have seen an uptick in people posting messages online and on social media instead of calling 911. These platforms are not monitored 24/7, and in times of emergency, every second counts. Please remember that the Glendale Heights Police Department cannot take a crime report over social media. In order to make a report, please contact the non-emergency number at 630-260-6070. If you need immediate assistance or have an emergency, please remember to always call 911 and don't rely on social media. The next coffee with the mayor and village board will be this Saturday, January 8th, at the police department's EOC from 10 a.m. to noon. Please note the new location. If you are unable to attend and have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the village president or village board, please call the village president's office anytime at 630-909-5302. Thank you.
You're welcome. Trustee Siddiqui.
The village of Glendale Heights is collecting broken or unused holiday lights. Lights can be dropped off at the Public Works Garage located at 1635 Glen Allen Road on weekdays from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lights accepted for recycling include all colors and lengths of mini lights, C7 lights, C9 lights, rope lights, and LED lights. For more information on holiday lights recycling, please call 630-260-6000. Republic Services will pick up Christmas trees from the curbside during regular waste and recycling pickup through next Thursday and Friday. January 13th and 14th, please make sure trees are not in the roadways where they may obstruct traffic. All trees must be free of tinsel, lights, and ornaments, and no longer than 5 feet. For more information, please contact Republic Services at 847-981-0091.
Trustee Meritato.
Oh, thank you. Registered today for Mother's Son Dance.
Oh, Trustee Light. Yes, I'm sorry.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
thanks, Pat.
That's right.
And
Sorry.
Pat is quick today.
You're better looking, don't worry about it. All right. As a reminder to residents, please do not shovel, snow blow, or plow any snow onto village streets. This will help ensure our streets are clean and clear of any snow for safe driving. If you have any questions, please call the police department's non-emergency number at 630-260-6070. Join the Village of Glendale Heights in celebrating National Salute to Hospitalized Veterans Month by participating in the Valentines for Veterans collection efforts. Annually, the village delivers beautifully written and decorated Valentine's cards collected from the community to Illinois veterans' homes and veteran hospitals. Drop off your Valentines at Village Hall by Wednesday, February 2nd to ensure a timely delivery for Valentine's Day. Please do not decorate your cards with glitter, include social media contact information, or include envelopes with cards. Sorry. Should you have any questions, please call Nicole Lewis at 630-909-5327.
Trustee Maritato, please.
Now you can go.
Oh, is it my turn?
Now it's your turn.
Your turn.
Thank you.
You got second time, you know.
Register today for the mother-son dance. Moms, put on your dancing shoes, and boys, come show off your best dance moves at our Coastal Craze dance. Enjoy an activity-filled evening complete with dinner and dessert. The mother-son dance will be Friday, February 25th, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Glendale Lakes Golf Club. Please register by February 20th. The registration fee is $55 for residents, $65 for non-residents, and $26 for each additional child. For more information, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060.
Trustee Pojek, please.
The police department would like to remind residents of the parking regulations within the village during snowfall. There is no parking allowed on village streets designated as a snow route for 24 hours after a snowfall of 1 inch or more. There is no parking allowed on any village streets for 24 hours after a snowfall of 2 inches or more. And there is no parking allowed on any village streets for 72 hours after a snowfall of 5 inches or more. If you have any questions regarding winter parking restrictions, please contact the Glendale Heights Police Department's non-emergency number at 630-260-6070. Thank you.
Welcome. Trustee Schroeder, please.
Thank you, Mayor. In cooperation with the Center for Senior Citizens, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is now offering a Senior Citizens Handyman program for residents of DuPage County. The cost is $40 an hour for a handyman to come to your home for most small repairs. Senior citizens must be 60 years of age or better. To contact the Director of Home Maintenance, please call the DuPage Senior Citizens Council at 630-620-0804 or call Ralph King at 630-546-0627. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Mayor, Trustee Maritato's got one more announcement to
Okay.
make.
Yes.
I have one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Madam. Dance the night away at the annual Daddy-Daughter Dance on Saturday, February 26th, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Glendale Lakes Golf Club. We will be on a coastal cruise for this year's theme. The evening will include dancing, dinner, and every participant will receive a souvenir to remember the night. Register by February 20th. The registration fee is $55 for residents, $65 for non-residents, and $26 for every
for each additional child. For more information, call the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. Thank you.
Thank you, welcome. We now go on to public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board on an agenda item? No. So we will move to other item. We will continue with the consent agenda. You have the consent agenda before you. Would Acting Village Administrator, Mr. Flint, please read the consent agenda? You're welcome.
Excuse me, Doug, can we remove items number 9 and 10 for further discussion?
Number 9 and 10.
9 and 10.
Is new business or is it old business?
It's a consent agenda.
Old business. Old business?
Old business, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Old business. Very good. And then, as I read the consent, going through the minutes from the last meeting, there is one scrivener's error that was found. Old business, number 2, there was days written in the minutes for resolution authorizing the allocation of MFT funds to the 2022 residential road improvement program. Written in the minutes are nays for trustee Meritato, trustee Pojek, and trustee Siddiqui. Those all should have been yays. We've changed those within the minutes, board docs, and then within our official documents. I just want the minutes to reflect that we've made these changes. You go through this and you approve it, just approve it with the amended change. So, under consent, number 1 is approval of the regular board meeting minutes of December 9th, 2021. Number 2 is approval of the committee of the whole meeting minutes December 9th, 2021. Number 3, approval of the ratification of the accounts payable listing of December 17th, 2021, the amount of $1,445,756.51. Number 4, approval of the accounts payable listing of January 6th, 2022, the amount of $997,865.20. Number 5, resolution authorizing the purchase by the Village of Glendale Heights of replacement Dell laptop computers and docking stations. Number 6, resolution repealing the Village of Glendale Heights Administrative Policy 2004-01 and adopting the Village of Glendale Heights Administrative Policy 404 AP regarding Victims' Economic Security and Safety Leave, VESA. Number 7, resolution approving and adopting the Village of Glendale Heights Village Policy Number 316 VP regarding telework policy and technical guidelines. Number 8, resolution to adopt municipal legislative positions and priorities for the 2022 legislative session. Number 9 has been transferred into old business. Number 10 has been transferred to old business. Number 11, a resolution accepting certain subdivision improvements from MLRP 760 North LLC for the development located at 760 East North Avenue, Glendale Heights, Illinois. Number 12, a resolution authorizing the Village of Glendale Heights participation in the National Multi-State Opioid Settlement, ratifying the execution of related settlement agreements. Number 13, a resolution authorizing the execution of change order number 1 for the North Avenue I&I Repairs Phase 1 project in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. Number 14, a resolution authorizing and approving change order number 2 for the removal of parkway trees in the right-of-way for construction purposes for the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. Number 15, a resolution authorizing and approving change order number 3 for lowering electrical handhold at southeast corner of Brandon Drive and Bloomingdale Road intersection for ADA accessibility for the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. Number 16, a resolution authorizing and approving change order number 4 for excavating and filling 3 6x6 squares with topsoil restoration of newly created landscape islands on North Brandon for future tree planting for the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. Number 17, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of an agreement between the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois and Christopher B. Burke Engineering for professional survey and design engineering services for the 2022 street program. Number 18, a motion to approve pay request number 1 to R.W. Duntman Construction Company for the 2021 MFT road program in the total amount not to exceed $1,739,976.03. Number 19, a motion to approve pay request number 3 to Trotter Associates, Inc. for the wet weather improvement projects in the total amount not to exceed $25,279.20. Number 20, motion to ratify pay request number 8 to Kloss Brothers, Inc. for the Camera Park Improvement Project in total amount not to exceed $165,276. Number 21, motion to approve pay request number 9 to V3 Construction Group Limited for the East Branch Tributary number 2 channel maintenance in a total amount not to exceed $8,761.50. 22, motion to approve pay request number 3 to Joseph J. Henderson and Son, Inc. for the digester rehabilitation project in a total amount not to exceed $315,847.41. Number 3 is the approval of consent items.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Mr. Peck,
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mr. Smith? Second. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
The consent agenda is approved. We will continue with old business. There is an ordinance to approve and authorize the execution of a cricket field usage agreement with American Cricket Conference Incorporated for cricket field at Camera Park, tabled at the December 9, 2021 meeting, first reading, ordinance 2022-01. Discussion. From prior public conversation at board meeting, I have drafted a separate contract which provide more protection for the village and has a usage fee of $49,000 plus maintenance. I present this to the board for review, which is why I asked to table this for the 20th of January meeting. Roll call vote.
We got a discussion.
Discussion. What? Yes.
I spoke with Dr. Don Serino this morning, with Sohail and with Keith, and we've agreed that we're ready to vote on this tonight. We'll approve of this vote, and then when Sohail comes back from his trip, then we can have a discussion, further discussion to possibly change a few minor items and clear up a couple cloudy issues. So I think we're ready to vote on this. The trustees are.
If you
Mr.
have,
Schmidt has a question.
I have question, if you have more discussion on minor stuff, so you can table it and then we can discuss it.
No, we're gonna vote on it today. We're gonna vote on this contract that we approved before. You had a commission that we had. There were 4 of us who were in the commission. We approved it, including Sohail. Keith will verify it, Doug will verify it. They were on the commission. Now we want to approve it today and vote on it today.
How much money you are
agree?
receiving,
Pardon?
How much money you are receiving from body?
What's it? How much what?
Money you are receiving
I'm
from.
receiving money
No,
from him?
That's an allegation.
Hold on.
No.
him talking.
I
I do not
No,
want
on this, I'm talking about contract, how much money you are receiving on this contract.
I'm not
from
receiving a
this
penny on that,
means
any
board,
contract.
Means board,
What's in the contract, we're
How
gonna
much
vote
is,
on it.
how much is amount, though?
Read it. You got it in front of you. I don't have it in front of me.
I have $49,000 plus maintenance from other party.
That's the other party. We're talking about the contract that we approved.
Other party.
Why you are getting $30,000 while we have already 49,000 plus maintenance?
Is the
57,000
are the trustees,
is the public money.
excuse me, Mr. Mayor, are the trustees ready to vote on this?
Yes.
You called for a vote, did you not?
President
Yes.
Colker, President Kolker, under the Open Meetings Act, you cannot introduce any new items until 48 hours before the meeting. You were introducing something new that violates the Open Meetings Act.
Or, Mr. Smith, Trustee Smith, you have received email from other party. He is going to pay 49,000 plus maintenance.
I'm
That was
talking,
before that.
I'm talking, you can't
Did
do
you
this.
receive email or not? He sent email to every trustee, no?
You can't do it.
Call
Mr.
for a vote.
Mr. Sereno, can we vote on this tonight?
Excuse me, first thing, actually, I think what the mayor is asking the board to do is to simply table this to another meeting, which he can ask the board to do. Of course, it's up to the board whether they want to do it. And so he's really, I don't think, prepared to introduce anything because that would violate, as you point out, the 48-hour rule. But if he's just asking for it to be tabled, that's appropriate. The second part of the question would be, can you vote on it tonight? And the answer is yes. If the majority of the board is prepared to vote on it tonight, they can vote on it tonight.
With the current
That's
contract
their
that
right.
we
With the
got.
current contract that
That's
you have
right.
in front of you.
Okay.
No, my question was just, how much money they want to get on the contract.
I understand, yep.
And he's not
All
giving
right,
me,
go ahead.
you know.
Motion to,
Well, I understand that dialogue was going on. It's been going on for a number of meetings about what the appropriate fee would be. And I think everybody is pretty clear about what has been said in public by various members, both Mr. Bari and others. So I don't know if any more needs to be discussed about that. That's up to the board.
We've had so many meetings on this already. Let's table this, not table it. Let's vote on it and get it over with.
okay.
Trustee
Motion
Pojek,
to-
you can vote on. I cannot
I'm
stop
ready
you.
to
Number
vote.
one,
My
I
vote
just-
is yes.
It was just, discussion, how much money you don't want to answer. Because public money, you are wasting public money, Other party is offering $57,000. And you are giving this contract for 30,000, is public money.
Mr. Mayor, can you ask for a vote?
Go ahead.
All right. Vote.
What,
And, I mean, the appropriate, if the majority of the board wants to vote on this tonight, the motion under Robert's rules is to call the question. And if that passes by a majority, then the majority gets to vote on this.
I call for
okay, I
question.
call the question.
And then there needs to be a second, maybe there was.
Second.
Okay, and then it's just all in favor? Aye,
Aye.
opposed? And then now you can actually proceed to vote on the ordinance. Ordinance to approve and authorize the execution of the Cricket Field Agreement. It's ordinance number, does it have a number?
Yes.
2022-01.
Roll call, please.
It's a roll call
Roll
vote.
call vote.
Okay. Trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
trustee Siddiqui,
Abstain.
trustee Light,
Yes.
trustee Meritato,
Yes.
trustee Pojek.
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Resolution is approved, New business.
Sorry, Mayor, we have to go back to, under consent agenda
yes.
number 9
Number 9 and 10.
and number 10.
Right. Yeah, I have. Number 9, which is number 2 in old business. A resolution to approve and ratify the execution of an intra-government agreement by and between Northern Illinois University Center for Government Studies and the Village of Glendale Heights for community survey services from the 2021 COW, Resolution 2022-R-05. Number 10, which is number 3 in old business, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of an intergovernmental agreement by and between Northern Illinois University Center for Government Studies and the Village of Glendale Heights for strategic plan updated services from the December 9, 2021 COW, Resolution 2022-R-06.
Mr. Coker, I asked to have this removed for a number of reasons.
Okay.
Why are we going to outside to see what our residents want? Didn't we have that years ago? We had a petition going out, questionnaire.
No,
The
so
residents-
this is, Chester, something that most villages around us have engaged in. It's a way of bringing professional educators in to do focus groups, to do community surveys, to sit with the board members, to sit with department heads, to sit with community members, stakeholders within the community, and work out exactly what the needs of the community are, what the goals of the community can work on through the elected officials and through the stakeholders within the village, including the school districts and other civic groups, and come together and formulate a plan that we can work on to implement and set goals and really meet the needs of the residents moving forward. So this is an outside agency that's objective. One, they're educators from Northern Illinois, it's what they do every day. And most importantly, they have the time to do it. The staff doesn't have the time to engage in this level of thinking, quite honestly, with all the engagements that need to take place, and the focus groups that need to take place, and then the survey.
Where's this money coming from? How much is this gonna cost us?
So it's already budgeted funds that was approved in the May budget of this year. So it's already budgeted funds.
What was that number? Do you?
It's about $40,000. But it's money that was already approved in the May budget.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How we select this Northern Illinois University? Did we send any RFP, or how it's all come together? I mean,
They're an organization that specializes in this.
but did we approach them? Did they approach us, or?
We approached them.
Did you remember?
Okay,
this?
but I mean, what I think is this 40,000 can be spent on some better means, because it's a part of the trustees. It means we are not doing our job if we don't know what our people needs. I clearly know what my constituents needs, and just to know that and spending $40,000 makes no sense to me.
Well, I think this is this was planned back in May
No, I understand that.
and just coming up. I think this actually would give the board some great insight into the needs of the community throughout the community. And it really will help us work on goal setting and future planning from a variety of ways.
Again, it's just a survey, and we are raising taxes on our residents, and then we are doing these surveys for 40,000. Makes no sense to me. I mean, okay, I understand it's a study group or whatever this thing is. The clear message from the residents is lower down our taxes. They want, and what we are doing, we are spending 40,000 just to know what they want. It makes no sense to me at all. Basically, it's telling me that you are coming to my home. Oh, we are doing a survey, but it's going to cost you. So we are.
Well, I mean, they're having individual meetings with you. They're having individual meetings with department heads. They're having individual meetings with
I understand.
other
yeah.
stakeholders within the community.
Yeah, again, it's just a survey, and it's a lot of money. 40,000 is a lot of money.
I wouldn't, okay.
Doug, let's say, they're doing this survey for us, they're working with us, and we're not seeing any headway. Can we cancel it and tell them goodbye?
I would assume we'd be able to cancel the contract if they're not meeting the expectations of the village.
Okay.
But I believe we will be paying them. We'll be paying them some money, that 10,000, I think they need it at the beginning. It won't be free.
Well, I just wanted to bring it up to everybody, because I wasn't sure of this here.
So what do we have to do with this? Do we have to,
I think we have to,
You can vote it,
you know.
individually, you have to vote on each one of them individually. One is as Doug said, is a survey. The other is a strategic plan. The first one is, the survey services, so that,
so we need a motion to?
you need a motion to approve and a second, and then you can vote no, and it'll fail.
I'll make a motion to approve number 9.
Second.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
No,
Trustee Schroeder,
No.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
no,
Trustee Light?
Yes.
You have to, I think,
Is,
I'm counting 3-3.
Yep.
So you need, the mayor needs to vote.
President Coker?
yes, go ahead, please. First reading.
It passes.
Number 10, discussion. 3 on old business.
Probably had to decide.
And yes,
Make a motion to approve number 10.
roll call vote, please.
Okay,
Second.
second.
Oh, second,
I'll second.
second, trustee Light.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
no,
Trustee Schroeder,
No.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
no,
Trustee Light?
Yes.
President Coker?
Is even again?
Go again, yes, Mayor.
Yes, go ahead, yes. Motion is approved. New business. Is there a motion to waive first reading on new business item 3 to 4? First, trustee Light.
So moved.
Second, trustee Hurtado. Discussion. No discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
yes,
Trustee Schroeder, Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
yes,
First reading is waived on new business item 3 to 4. Number 3, an ordinance to waive bid and accept the proposal of Flock Group Incorporated.
Mayor,
and-
you have number 2?
No, I do not have number 2 over here. It's number 3. So maybe it is on the last page.
in an ordinance to deny.
This is first reading.
It's first reading.
First reading. This one?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it's on our agenda first, I think.
this one.
Yeah, it is, Mayor.
Okay. Number 2, an ordinance to deny an application for 2 amendments to the previously approved conditional use permit for outdoor storage of vehicle on the premises commonly known as 387 East North Avenue in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, at N-Sons Auto Body from the December 9, 2021 COW first reading. Can I get a motion to deny ordinance?
It-
It's first reading.
It's just first reading, Mayor, so you wouldn't have to, unless you waived first reading on that, you wouldn't have to deal with this until your next meeting.
There you go.
This is just first reading.
Okay, so should we go like,
You just go to the next item on the
Next
agenda,
item,
which
okay.
is
that
the
is, I
ordinance
read
to
it.
waive bid on, you were reading the flock.
Number 3. We now come to number 3, an ordinance to waive bid and accept the proposal of Flock Group Incorporated and authorizing the execution of a government agency agreement for license plate reader cameras accompanying software and support services. Request to waive first reading ordinance 2022-02. So, motion to approve.
So moved.
Trustee Light. Second, trustee Pojek.
Second.
Discussion. Yes.
Trustee Light,
We have comment.
Doug, when is this gonna be, start installing? Do you have any idea?
George?
Or, I'm sorry, Chief.
George.
Old habits die hard, huh?
So the ones that have to get put into the ground, Chester, that have to be cement, because you can't put cement at a certain temperature, those will have to get delayed, but we're looking at putting most of them on existing light poles that already are in the ground, so it's easier to do and it's easier to hook up.
Oh,
We're
okay.
looking to hook up more into the village, on village poles than any other, so it's less work for that too.
Times,
We're looking at probably, as soon as we get this passed, they're gonna try to get it within a month.
Oh,
put 'em
good.
up, So it'll be fast.
that'll be helpful.
Trustee
Thank
Smith,
you.
please. Yes.
George, do we have to get permission from the IDOT to install cameras along any of their right-of-way, or the county to install cameras along any of their right-of-ways?
Yes, that is correct. So the locations that we have chosen, I have provided maps for you guys. There's 10 spots, or actually 9, and we have 1 mobile camera too. So we have chosen sites that are on village property, so we won't have to go through the IDOT issue. If, the way I see it, and the way I believe the village board sees it, is we want to make sure that we're protecting our community more than anything else, our residents and our residents and the businesses in our town. And by doing that, the best place to put those are on our own property, so we can monitor our residents' protections and our business protections.
Trustee Siddiqui, please.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, George, for spending time and getting these done. This will be a great addition to our police force in resolving the crimes. So my hats off to you. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the policemen. Thank you.
Roll, anybody else? No, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Meritato,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek,
Yes,
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui.
A big yes.
Ordinance 2022-02 is approved. An ordinance to amend section 2-2-1 entitled Created Appointment and Terms of Chapter 2 entitled Board of Police Commissioner of Title 2 entitled Boards and Commission of the Municipal Code of Ordinance of the Village of Glendale Heights. LNI request to waive first reading, ordinance 2022-03. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 2022-03? First. Yes,
So moved.
Trustee Smith moved. Second.
Second.
Second, trustee Pat Maritato. Discussion. No, just discussion, roll call vote, please.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui,
Yes.
Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Meritato,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek,
yes,
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Ordinance 2022-03 is approved. We should, yeah, yeah. We have to, yeah, should we call?
You don't have, it's up to you. I'll put this out on the agenda first. Maybe you ask if, but they've already met her. I think you're all set. I just, that's what I would do.
This is done already. Go for this one. Oh, okay. Next, a resolution appointing a police commissioner to the Board of Police Commissioner for the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, Resolution 2022-R-14. Yeah, Ms. Tanzina Chowdhury. Should she come? You can please come and take your oath,
No.
We have to vote first, Mayor.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Discussion? If not, roll call vote, please. Yes.
So there's no first or second?
Need a motion. There was no, is there a motion? Is there a motion to approve?
Yes.
Well, we need one.
No.
No, there is no.
Motion failed.
Discussion, no discussion?
No motion.
Oh, okay. No motion, roll call vote then?
No motion, no.
Wow.
No approval? Next one?
Next item. Discussion,
This one, same.
public discussion of agenda items. This one.
This one. We now go on to public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board on an agenda item?
Kim Darlin, Greenbrier subdivision. I have two questions. Can we know what the big agreement was with Cricket? How much was it for? Some details on it, please. Own it, you've done it, own it. Let's go, what are they? Keith, did you want to answer that?
That's at the board's discretion.
Mr. Attorney, am I not allowed to know what the agreement was?
Sure, it's on board docs. You know, everybody gets an opportunity to look at board docs and read the agreement. It's a 4-page agreement. Obviously, all the board members know the agreement.
And nobody wants to tell us what it is?
You know,
Chester, do you want to tell us what it is?
I don't have it in front of me.
You don't remember the dollar amount?
No, I don't. There's about three long pages.
3 long pages. Keith, do you remember the dollar amount?
I do have the dollar amount.
Can you tell me?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
Yeah,
it's open.
Own it.
We're not hiding nothing. Go ahead and
I
tell them.
have the information. Once again,
Okay.
that's,
What is
I
it?
need approval. The amount is 28,000 for the, it's in 2 different forms, 28,000 for, the usage fee and $2,000 for a site maintenance fee, a total of 30.
How much we are spending on maintenance? Village,
Village maintenance for just the cricket fields?
yeah, cricket fields.
I think that we've discussed in the past
No,
that
no,
it
just
was,
give me amount. How much village is spending on these grounds for
didn't-
maintenance?
I didn't bring my number with me.
It's about
Seven?
it's
I
about
think it was
$7,000.
Yeah,
7, and you are, board is receiving, accepting for 2,000. It's dumping public's money.
Was that maintenance, was that cutting the grass, Keith?
so the maintenance fee that was instituted in the previous contracts was a maintenance fee to update the cricket pitches. And so that $2,000 we just left separated as to continue that maintenance part of the agreement. That's just the way that we designated the 2 numbers. It's a $30,000 contract.
So, yes, ma'am.
And I can get a copy of that contract,
Of course.
correct?
Of course.
Can somebody,
Can you also tell how much is contract money, for this contract from Mr. Bari?
I'm sorry, Mayor, I didn't,
How much money this board is accepting, it's not me, it's this board,
$30,000 is what's contract
$30,000.
amount,
$30,000 total.
total, yes.
Okay.
How much other party is giving, offering? Just amount.
I don't have that, Mayor.
You told me before that.
Why are you asking for the other
I
party now? We're talking
She
about,
wants to know, she's
We're-
public, she's
she's
resident,
asking what we're paying,
resident of
right?
Glendale Heights. She has all right to know, how much money you are receiving and how much other parties are offering.
I'll make this easier. Is there a contract out there that other parties have offered us, and am I allowed a copy of that, Mr. Attorney?
Sure, if it was
Thank you.
submitted to the board, you can have that too.
All right, so then I just have to FOIA this, Keith, or is it made available to me somewhere?
Can I interrupt that?
We didn't vote for a contract with the other party, did we?
No, but if the
No.
village has a contract, it's FOIAble, it's under the FOIA Act. If we have one,
Right.
I don't know that, I know there was conversation, and you were here,
I was here.
certainly for the
Of course I
conversation,
was.
so you heard it.
Of course I was.
Whether it was ever submitted, I'm not aware of that. It may not have been, in which case, I can't give
Then-
it's something I don't have.
Correct. But Keith, do I have to FOIA this, or can I have a copy of?
This is on board docs right now.
Okay, then I will get that. Can I know where those 10 cameras are going that we've assigned? Sure. Can I keep this? So this is where all 10 cameras are going. And all of them are subdivisions, or is this by our businesses?
Turn the pages.
If you look, like, the first page is an overall of the town, and then
Okay.
each page will break them down closer so you can see where they are. What we try to do is get the best bang out of the buck and surround areas so you can get both ends going in and leaving. So unfortunately, not every neighborhood is built like that, so we try to do the best that we could.
Right.
And that's why we left one portable one, and the portable one we could put anywhere. So if we have an area where there is more criminal activity, then we bring that one out there. So that's the idea behind it.
We can move that one then.
Correct.
Okay. I think those were the two questions that I had. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had just a comment on it.
Yes, please go ahead. Give your name and your address.
Tanzina Chaudhary, 1446 President Street, Glendale Heights, Illinois.
Please remove your mask so we could hear you better.
Oh,
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you.
Sure. No, not my opinion or anything, just when I was just listening, one of the questions that asked about the $40,000, for the university, the survey, I think someone had asked, if we have to pay any money up front or if we're not happy with the job. All of those questions, somebody should look at the contract because the contract governs. Whether, it's a material breach, and so can you terminate early? How much money do we need to give up front? So for all those questions, for example, if you're not happy with the survey or the job, the contract governs what the criteria is.
Anybody has question?
I didn't have a question. I don't have a question on the contract or anything. I was just noting that for you guys to get the answers to the question, you have to look at the contract first and foremost.
All right, we do have attorneys.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
the lady up there has got her hand up.
Yes.
I'm saying, Mr. Mayor. Oh, Jesus, slap me.
Hi, Cheryl Fraun, Fullerton Avenue. I'm curious to know in regards to your ordinance that was passed regarding the gambling machines where we have to deposit pennies into them. I've tried looking it up and I can't find it. You call it the push tax. Ordinance 2021-69. And all the machines in Glendale Heights have these cute little boxes that we are now told that every time we play the game and we push the button, we have to deposit a penny in it. When was this voted on?
So that was it back in September. There's one gaming company that is put those out. The tax is not on the user. The tax is on the company that controls the games. The 1 cent per push tax isn't on you, it's on the company that controls the games.
So why are the boxes? And it has
That is
Village
the-
of Glendale Heights on
They've
it.
put those out and it's one company that has put those out in almost every community that they have gaming in. That's their way of trying to collect the 1 cent tax and oppose the tax. You are not required to put a penny in every time you push the button.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
You're welcome.
There's a Monica Anderson on Zoom who would like to speak.
Hi, thank you. Am I okay to talk?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Is there a place we can go to identify which trustee is in charge of our area?
There's a
And how do
map
we get it?
on the village's website.
Okay,
There should be a map
and that
there.
will give us information on how to reach them as well?
Yes,
Thank you so much.
very welcome.
Anybody else?
Yeah, she didn't say so.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry. My address is 274 North Brandon in Glendale Heights.
Trustee Light?
That would be me.
Trustee Light is your representative.
Monica, if you want to get in touch with me, I'll go ahead and I'll get in touch with you. I can stop by and meet with you anytime.
Thank you so much.
No
I'll let you know that.
Thank you.
anybody else? None? Is there a motion to adjourn first? Trustee Schmidt,
Motion to adjourn?
second,
Second.
trustee Pat Maritato. Roll call vote, please.
Oh, do I call it individually? Oh, okay. All right, trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
trustee Siddiqui,
Yes.
trustee Light,
Yes.
trustee Meritato,
Yes.
trustee Pojek,
Yes.
trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor,
This meeting is adjourned.
what about committee of the whole?
Oh, now is trustee
Oh,
Light,
okay.
you have the committee of the whole.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to take this off so I can talk. Okay.
I thought you were ready to quit.
I would like to call the committee of the whole meeting of Thursday, January 6th of 2022 to order. Ms. Clerk, will you please note who's present?
So noted.
Thank you. Do we have any additions? Mr. Siddiqui? What did you have?
Village of Glendale Heights for sale,
Okay.
one, and the other one is earn money while you talk,
Oh,
while you talk.
why you talk, okay.
Yep.
Okay. And anyone else? Mr. Meritato?
Public Works.
Public Works. Anyone else? Mr. Schmidt?
No, I'm sorry.
No, nothing, and I'm just gonna add, the marijuana sales. All right. All right, let's see. Public comment, would anyone like to make a comment from the public?
Mr. Adil is on Zoom.
Oh, okay, can we take him first? Thank you. Mr. Deal, go ahead.
Well, my comment, my question is based on what Mr. Siddiqui has just said. That is the village of Glendale Heights on sale. If you look at the stipends our beloved mayor have been submitting, I would like to know, is this the village of Glendale Heights, which is located in the United States of America, or is this a village located in Pakistan? Because he's been meeting political party members from Pakistan, he's been meeting the governor of Punjab, he's been meeting the consulate, and he's been charging us $50 each time he meets them. So I would like to know, he charged us 8,760 some bucks in the last 6 months by meeting these people. What's the use of this? Because he cares about the village of Glendale Heights residents and their money. So I would like to know why is he meeting with the governor of Punjab and attending PTI sessions? It's the political party which is in charge in back home in Pakistan. This is certainly not Punjab. This is certainly not Lahore, from where he belongs to. This is Chicago. This is Glendale Heights. So I would like an answer to that, please. And we're looking into this even further. The more I read it, the more I laugh. It's a long stipend, and versus when I look at the stipends of trustees, it's not even in hundreds. So I want to know what's going on. $10,000 in 5 months? That's a lot of money, and that's my money.
Yeah, actually, that's what I will be discussing in the committee.
Would you like to comment to that? No, I'm asking you, Mayor.
Asking me?
Yeah.
This is law of Village of Glendale Heights. If a trustee meet with any visitor or he charged $25 per visit, per meeting. And the president, his stipend is $50. Your stipend or whatever you can say.
But why are you meeting the governor of Punjab 3 times in 3 months?
I
Why are
don't
you
know,
meeting the
I don't know
Consul General
governor of
Pakistan?
Punjab, but this
I
is
have
what
it
village
here.
ordinance is.
I have it
All
in
the
your
proofs are
stipend
here.
that you submitted. I have your stipends for the last 6 months. I'm gonna publicly post them. So I would like you to answer, please.
I answered already, this is village law, village ordinance.
This is village law for paying, but why are you meeting the political parties back home in Pakistan?
I don't know
You're
about
not
Pakistan.
meeting
I
the
don't know
Democrats.
about Pakistan. I am in no way, in no position to answer, what Governor Pakistan is doing or, other people are
And
doing.
then why did you meet them?
But it's on your stipend. You were calling Pakistan, charging $50. Why?
I'm not calling Pakistan. I have never
It's
called
written
Pakistan.
here, Mayor. I have a proof right here. I want to distribute to the
And this is
people.
Give
what
me,
you
I
have
did not
submitted.
call Pakistan or
This is
any.
what you have submitted to the
You
finance.
have it.
Okay, wait, one at a time, please. I lose control and my hearing things don't work so well then.
Trustee Light, I'm sorry, I have a last comment. He's saying he does not know, but this is the stipend he submitted to the finance committee in order to get paid. It's in his signature that he's charging the village, the taxpayers, this money, and now he's saying he does not even know about it.
Let me have that paper, please.
Okay, Medill, are you good? Is there more?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, thank you very much, Adil.
Think about it.
Is there anyone else?
Shahriyar on Zoom?
Okay, let's have it.
Let me show that paper, he's talking about.
Okay, un momento.
We will give it to you later on.
Okay, go
Later
ahead.
on,
This is
give
your
it to me, I
stipend.
can answer
You should have it. This is
Okay,
your-
go ahead, I'm sorry. You're on
Mr. Chairman,
Zoom?
Chairman, can I have that
Hold on.
piece of paper?
Slow down, relax. Okay, go ahead online.
Hi, my name is Shahriyar Yazdani. I live in 55 Oriel Lane, Glendale Heights. I've been monitoring you guys like 2-3 weeks, and I feel like people are cornering our new president. I don't know what's the reason is, but my question is different. Okay, the question I have: I live close to Black Hawk, right? And I moved 5 years ago. Initially, my kids go to private school, and I didn't realize when I buy the house. If I knew my kids have to when they move to the high school, if my kids have to go 17 miles one way, which is like almost like 10 to 15-minute drive, and in winter you go longer, right? If I knew about it, I never buy the house in Glendale Heights. And then after I moved here, after a year or 2 years, I see a lot of sale house for sale next to my house, and I was like, why they are selling? And I talked to them, and they're like, oh, our high school is like far, like it's like a 30-minute, like right. So now my kid, like my son, his school start at 7:30. He has to leave from the school like 6:30. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, I went to the school, I talked to the principal and everybody, and they just set up the meeting with the bus services. I don't know, but they didn't solve my problem. So I don't know exactly why, if I live like close to a Black Hawk, that's the elementary school, but why I have to go like 10 miles every day? If I have two kids, then like there's a 4 trip basically, right? And my Glendale West and North is like next door, right? Glendale West is like I think 6 miles, and then North is only 3 miles. Then why I have to send my kids to like, and also people are selling the house left and right, because when the kids like get to the high school, they are selling the house left and right, and we're paying highest taxes, like you guys know. But why my kids have to suffer paying high taxes and still have to suffer?
I do know that the schools do their own boundaries and have changed over the years with the demographics and not so much demographics, but the number of people, the population that we have had. We don't have any control over their boundaries of where they put them. I know I went to Glenbard North. My brother living in the same house went to Glenbard West, and moved a block away. My kids all went to Glenbard East. So I covered 3 different schools. It's a lot of fun during football season too. But I know we don't control the boundaries for the schools. The population does itself. I don't know if anyone can elaborate any more on that. It's really kind of hard to say. I wish I could help you some, sorry, I wish I could help you some more on that one.
So can you point me to the direction what I can do? Do I have to hire the lawyer, or what I have to do? I feel like the answer, I got it from you. It's kind of like, okay, this is the way it is. If you like it, stay. If you don't like it, leave the city. That's the answer you're giving me.
Well, your letter or your discussion needs to go to the school board for District 87, who set the boundaries for where kids go to which school. We would agree with you that kids living where you live, going to Glenbard East is way too far to go, but the village doesn't control what the school districts do. They're their separate taxing body, and we really have no authority over how they set boundaries. But we would concur with you that is, I'm speaking for the board, but I think you're in agreement.
Yes.
That's too far for kids to go
I
from
agree.
your neighborhood to Glenbard East when you can go to Glenbard North, which is much closer, or Glenbard West, which you almost have to pass to get to Glenbard East. So we would concur with you. We would certainly support anything you wanted to write to the school board to get kids to go to school closer.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone else online?
Yes, I would like to say something.
Okay, Mary.
Because I was quite involved with this some time ago. And you know what? I'm so sorry that we don't have more Glendale Heights people on the board. Because our village is the only village that our children are put into 3 different schools. So they go to grammar school with some of their friends, and then they have to leave them when it comes to going to high school. And I don't think it's fair. We're the only town that has this. And I wish there was some way we could remove this districting or whatever necessary to do, but I don't think it's fair to the children to have to go to 3 different high schools. We're the
agree.
only town that has that. There isn't any other town that has that, where there are 3 different schools.
I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, we don't have school, in Glendale High School.
No, it was up for referendum years ago, and it was
We have
voted
north,
down.
west, and east.
Yeah, we're gonna have a
Yes,
central.
we
but-
do.
And the property was donated, but it was all shot down by everybody that went through the referendum. So it never took place. I was disappointed when that happened, because it would have been nice to have the kids go to school locally. I know there's all in the school board now. I mean, out of our control. Anyone else online, Nicole? Nothing. All right. Anyone else, public discussion? Oh, Mr. Pope.
No, it's an easy one today, though.
It's an easy one? Thank you.
Can you tell me, Ed Pope, Wayne Avenue, how much money will you, and I appreciate how, you guys are really working hard to, save money, but I personally think that saving money at the cost of the newsletter and the calendar is a huge mistake. And I was wondering how much money, can you guys hear me? I'm just gonna pull this down. How much you're gonna save. With our demographic, myself included, as we're getting, I'm still a paper guy. Like, all my bills come paper. I know Siddiqui, I know you're a huge paperless guy. You like all the but no, I don't think a lot of people from certain age and up and certain like ethnicities and demographic just, they don't get it. And at the last meeting, they were talking about how the sports hub has struggled with, getting people to participate and that kind of thing. And now we're taking away something that people physically put in their hands to make decisions from for, oh, I want to put my kid in this, or I didn't know that Glendale had this. I would not go online. I might, if I knew exactly what I was looking for, like my nephew's a professional fencer. So if I wanted to see, does Glendale Heights have fencing, I could go, I know what I'm looking for. But if I had little kids, if I could, scrolling through that book when my kids were little and find things that we had that I didn't even know we had, you're taking, I just think we're taking a big opportunity away from the residents. And I want to know how much you guys actually think you're going to save by eliminating those, because no disrespect, but I think you're doing a disservice to the residents by getting rid of those.
So that's on the cow right now, Ed?
Yes.
So the mailing and printing of the newsletter is on the committee of the whole agenda to bring it back up for discussion.
Oh, to reconsider? Okay. Well, that's what made me, but when you talked about it previously, it was about eliminating it. Then one other thing is for the chief. Chief, I went to Hall School the other day because, you know how the traffic is over there and how crazy it is. And I think we have 2 crossing guards there now. We have the one the police hired, and then a parent that does it too. I think he works for the school, but it's been going really well. And I went up to talk to them and say, are things getting better? Because people literally park in my driveway when school gets out. They said it's getting a little better, but they said that the people drive like maniacs over there. And they asked me to ask you, which I probably could have just called you, but since I'm here, about ticketing. They said when you guys do your ticket enforcement that things get substantially better for a while. I know it goes back and forth. I've been there 28 years this year, but they said right now it's particularly bad. I thought it seemed a little better. I haven't had problems at my home lately, but this came from the 2 crossing guards. So I just wanted to mention it to you that maybe if you got, I know you guys are super busy, but if you got an officer that could, 1 week just go around and, you hate to ticket residents, I know that, but if you have people that are just chronically doing this on purpose and not paying attention to the safety of the parents and the kids, then I think they deserve that ticket.
We can actually do that. That is a good idea. We'll put an enforcement out there, and I think you're right. Once you do enforcement, they start understanding again, and then it eliminates any problem. So we'll do that.
All right, thank you. Thanks, board.
Thank you, Ed. Any other comment from the public? All right. All right, then we will go on with 2 committee recommendations. Plan Commission, we're going to have a recommendation to approve an application for conditional use in the C2 Community Commercial District to allow a drive-through financial institution in a freestanding building for the property located at 567 East North Avenue, Huntington Bank. Trustee Schmidt.
I move that we move that to the board with a recommendation to concur.
Second?
Second.
Second, Pitt.
Trustee Light, if you could go to number 1 first, after this.
What's it?
You missed a recommendation to approve number 1.
Huh. Oh, let me do that, because this one is my number 1. Interesting.
Well, the representative, I was gonna say, the
Oh.
representative from Huntington was here if you had any
We'll
questions.
tell you
or
what,
if
can we
wanna-
do that? Can we change this round and finish it as long as we got this nice gentleman here?
Jeff Griswold, 914 Hartwood Drive, Streamwood, Illinois, representing Huntington Bank.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Would you like a presentation or,
Just here to answer questions if there are any.
do we have any questions? Wow, you got off easy. So far, nothing. All right, then. We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote?
Trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
trustee Siddiqui,
Yes.
trustee Light,
Yes.
trustee Meritato,
Yes.
trustee Pojek.
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
All right, we'll move that to the board with recommendation to concur.
Thank you very much.
Now I need a number one. Can I have that, Don, for a second, because I don't have it here. All right. Plan Commission, a recommendation to approve an application for conditional use in the C2 Community Commercial District to allow a restaurant serving alcoholic beverages for the property located at 1210 Bloomingdale Road, Hannah's Lounge. Can I get a motion? Mr. Meritato,
Motion to move to the board for approval.
second, anyone?
Second.
Bill Schmidt, okay. Any discussion? Nothing? All right. I guess it's a roll call vote.
Trustee Meritato,
Yes.
trustee Pojek.
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder. Trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
trustee Siddiqui.
Yes.
Trustee Light.
Yes. Well, we'll move that to the board with a recommendation to concur then. All right, now, all right, so we did Huntington Bank. Thank you, Don. All right, on to number three, recommendation to approve an application for a conditional use in the C2 Community Commercial District to allow a restaurant serving alcoholic beverages for the property located at 1225 Glen Ellen Road, Sabrina's Cafe. Do we have a motion? Trustee Meritato.
Motion to move to the board for approval.
Second.
Trustee Siddiqui. Right. Discussion? Trustee Schmidt.
Ms. Couchbrenner, this appears to be a standalone facility, correct?
Yes, sir.
I thought the general philosophy of the board was to operate the gaming casino cafes in shopping centers only.
My recollection was one per shopping center, but I did not recall that it would be only in shopping centers. So if that was the direction, I do not. This is actually a 2-unit building. It is divided. It's a very small building, but they are actually doing a division, and you'll be seeing a request for the other side for a different use shortly. I don't know if it qualifies as a shopping center, but it does have 2 units.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? All right, roll call vote.
Trustee Meritato,
Yes.
trustee Pojek,
Yes.
trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
trustee Siddiqui,
Yes.
trustee Light.
Yes. All right, so we'll move that to the board with a recommendation to concur. And that's it for that. Discussion regarding mailing of village newsletter and the 2022 village calendar. Doug ran out on that one, didn't he? He was gonna do it, I'm sure of that.
I'll give the ball to David.
I have received a lot of complaints from the people. They do not get their, letters, newsletter, and they are angry about that. Not just one, not two, not a lot of people. And someone called, last name Singh, couple called, and they talked with my secretary, and they said that village, they called, village, and someone on the front desk was not answering in a proper way, Answer was, we don't print, we don't send. To me, it's not appropriate answer, So we should resume that paper letters as well as calendar, whatever.
Okay. David, you're standing there with a smile. Go ahead.
I mean, ultimately, it is up to your guys' decision, your direction of how you want to proceed. I will say, since we started accepting the opt-in option as a print option, we have only received 223 households total who have chosen a print copy. Normally, we mail out about 11,500, 12,000. That's less than 1% of the households in Glendale Heights. Calendar, I'm at 175, and the Parks Rec and Facilities Guide is at 186. To even get to bulk mailing, we have to have at least 200, but that's assuming that addresses, that everything is mailed to those addresses are correct. So really, if we're looking at 225 is a comfortable enough number where we can even hit bulk mailing. So just thought I'd bring that information as well. And Mr. Pope, to answer your question, for the newsletters, in the past, in fiscal year 2021, was about $30,000. This year, if we were to go this route, we're looking at about 10,000 less than that. So we'll be saving about $20,000 there. Village calendar would be roughly, village calendar would be for 2,500, about $3,800, saving ourselves about 7,000 there. So we're looking at a total savings between the two publications of around $30,000.
Trustee Meritato.
So we're saving 30,000. So my thought is, why don't we, now it's up to the board, but I'm thinking, why don't we just go ahead and forget about what we were going to do and spend the 30,000, and let's give everybody what they've been getting.
That's fine, and we can go that route.
I don't know, it's up to the board, but I'm just saying, I mean,
The one thing to
if
keep,
we're having residents complaining about it, I mean, for $30,000, I mean, is it worth it? To me, I mean, I didn't think anybody was gonna complain, really. I thought everybody goes on the computer, they punch up everything, and everything is done. But I'm getting a lot of people myself that say, how come we're not getting the calendar? So, I mean, I would go with the 30,000 and.
the one thing to keep in mind with both publications, if it's over 10,000, which it would be for both of these, we would have to go to RFP, which, as we know, typically is about a month and a half to 2-month total process because of the rules, regulations that we have to do for that. So we would be talking about a very delayed production or distribution of, at minimum, the calendars. We probably wouldn't be able to do it with the January, February newsletters, but we can definitely resume with my guess, the March, April. But again, that would all depend on the RFP and how that process moves along.
Then we just have to wait, I mean, they just have to wait until we get located.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Trustee Pojek.
Dave, I was against cutting out the calendar and the newsletter. You know that. I'm a firm believer. Give
like it
everybody a calendar. I'm with Ed, and I miss the calendars. Believe me.
I missed the entire vote. I was absent that day, but I know I would not have voted to remove the calendar, especially the brochure for the sports hub. Because like Mr. Pope said, it's a sales brochure. I mean, they send you Walmart every week and Menards, and you get these things. You don't know you need something till you open it up and go, that's cool, I gotta have that. I mean, that rubber ducky I can't live without. This, like he says, maybe a fencing class or something that you didn't know existed that you might like to try. Because I don't really search out for things that I don't know I need. I mean, you don't know you need it. Trustee Schmidt.
Doug, is this something that Northern Illinois would be able to give us some direction on?
It would certainly be part of the questions they asked and part of the survey on what residents want to get in the mail and what they expect from the village.
Okay.
That I would like to see exactly what they're requesting, what's in the newsletter, how much is it? That's completely you know, useless for them.
I'd like to see some, go with status quo, get the feedback from the survey, and then make our decisions from there.
Sure, I agree with that. Trustee Pojek.
Dave, didn't we approve, we're gonna just try a trial for 1 year only and see what's gonna happen?
Yeah, the nice thing about what the route we did go is it didn't lock us into any sort of contract with anything, because everything on a per publication basis was coming in well under anything that we would need for any sort of RFP and to lock ourselves into a contract. This actually gave us a lot of flexibility of just soliciting quotes and proposals, and then kind of picking and choosing who we want to go with at that point.
So if the consensus of the board, which I'm sensing is you want to start mailing the publications back out, Darcy can start working on RFP tomorrow on putting one together so we can get the ball rolling very quickly if that's what you want to do.
Was that the direction the board wanted to go?
Yeah, I would.
Do we need a roll call on that or anything, or just direction?
Staff, if that's a consensus.
Yeah, I think that'd be the consensus.
Are we gonna have any calendars shortly, Dave, or is that on hold right now?
We were delayed. One, because of some of the deadlines that we had, we missed some deadlines in terms of what needed to be approved in the calendar and the newsletter for January, February, and then 2022 calendar. And then also, as we know, there is a major paper shortage among other products, so that delayed it. And then also our current printer that we have been using, Creekside Printing, which we've been using for years, had an outbreak of COVID, unfortunately, and sadly to hear. So the goal is hopefully within the next couple days that it will be available and mailed out to residents.
The calendars?
Calendar and newsletter.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Senior activity guide is already out, which is
Right, we
good.
got that.
Yep.
Good. All right, so that was relatively easy, wasn't it?
Mike, one
Oh,
question.
sorry.
Suppose we put out a calendar from April through December. How much would that save us?
Taking away 3 months, we'd have to eliminate 4 pages out of it because it's increments of 4. Hard to say off the top of my head. I honestly couldn't tell you. Sorry.
What I'm thinking is if you've got to go through
A
the
reduced version.
RFP.
Yeah.
And then there's no sense in putting out a calendar from January for March, through March, so.
Yeah, and we actually had eliminated 4 pages out of it already to save even more money that we could. We're trying to be as extremely cost conscious with these publications, knowing that cost of paper went up, cost of ink went up, and the cost of postage all went up, which was the biggest battle that we were having.
Any more discussion? Oh, Mary.
Dave, clarify something for me. You're talking about the calendars, the newsletter, and the senior center newsletter. Am I correct?
No, the senior activity guide was not included in any of this, knowing that our senior community still, out of all the demographics, all the population of Glendale Heights, our senior community very much so wanted the print version of the senior activity guide.
Because originally you had said, when I say you, I don't mean necessarily you personally, but originally we had said we were going to put these calendars at Village Hall and at the senior center and people can pick them up. That's not working out. Is that what you're saying? The people are still complaining they want them sent to their homes?
I mean, if you guys have had conversations with residents about it, we've heard from a couple of people, but like I said, the numbers that I have that we've collected, 223 have decided to opt in for the newsletters, which is pretty much the bare minimum that we could get for bulk mailing. And if you look at the total number of newsletters that are mailed out, typically in a typical year, it's 0.6% of the residents in Glendale Heights.
Dave, we got an issue with the post office.
Oh, yeah.
Ask Keith. On Friday, I got 1 catalog from the Sports Hub. Saturday, I got 2 more, so I got 3 catalogs in 2 days. And I gave them to Keith.
Yep. Yeah, and actually, one of the major chatters that we've been seeing on social media lately has been the challenges of the post office recently. I obviously can't speak on behalf of the post office, but as we know, everyone is short-staffed everywhere, unfortunately, whether COVID or staffing in general.
There was a guy that's dropping the mail off
Yeah.
I get 2 in one day.
So we have been told in the past when they will drop off too, a lot of times, especially in the winter, you might see that because they're trying to get through the routes as fast as possible. They might be wearing gloves, heavy coats, whatever. Not that I'm trying to make excuses for them, but we
It
haven't
was in
told.
winter, this was summer.
Oh, then I can't speak for that, sorry. I tried.
Mr. Meritato.
Okay, so what's the verdict? What are we doing?
We were apparently moving it, well, we're talking with Doug and move forward with printing the calendars, going to RFP and
There's no name on it.
calendars and,
Yeah, we'll go back to what we did prior, and we let that contract lapse because we weren't gonna do it. So we never went out and got a new contract, so we need to go out and get a new contract.
Okay,
okay.
so at least we can tell them that we're coming, we're
Yeah.
going back to the,
We'll-
the old way.
We'll do a campaign to make sure that we let residents know as much as possible that we will, for them to expect everything in the mail
Now, we
shortly.
say, well, the other way we were saving 30,000, but that wasn't with mailing. Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that was total.
The whole package, yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
All right, we're good?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, then we're moving to other discussions. I am going to go first because I put my name on my paper first.
I asked you first.
No. Marijuana sales, George, where are we at with that? Have we made progress with,
Yeah, actually, Joanne has made some great progress. So there was a plan commission meeting on January 25th. We're hoping to have something for the board February 3rd for approval for some ordinance to get passed. He actually, one of the vendors who's very interested in having an establishment in Glendale Heights just sent me an email yesterday, who I've been in contact with, and he wanted to know when the board would like to go on a site visit. So we can all arrange that also, so you guys can actually see what it's like at a cannabis dispensary to see if it is something that really does fit in our town. And he also wants to look at locations too, and I told him I'd introduce him to Joanne so we can try to go further with it.
that'd be fantastic. A site visit would be kind of nice. I've never seen the inside of
goal-
one.
The goal is, you sure?
Never been in one.
Okay.
Seriously. I mean, Joanne's leading this
Okay.
project up, I'm just saying.
The goal is to,
Not what he told me, but.
Yeah,
the goal is to get the amendments from Plan Commission to the board first meeting in February. And then you guys can take action on the Plan Commission immediately. And then we can start moving forward with, once the license get released, Glendale Heights would be another community available to license holders to find a space to sell.
Now, if I remember, there are only 340 licenses or something?
Yeah, it's a very small amount. From what we understand from the state, they're releasing those early, which would be early January. So it could go fast, and that's why they're really interested in coming here. It's a great location for them, for business, and like I said before, it's a great tax base for the village of Glendale Heights.
Absolutely.
So the public hearing notice went to the Daily Herald today, so we can make that deadline. We've been working with Peter as well to move this forward as quickly as possible.
Is that a 1-month thing? We have to put that out ahead of time?
Right, it's 15-day notice in the newspaper, so that's been the delay, so that's why we want to get this forward in January, the 25th.
Awesome. All right, that answers my question. Thank you guys very much. Okay. Okay, you're next.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. As you guys are aware that I have been chairing the committee for banquet hall, and it's very disturbing when you are working hard with your fellow village employees who are working with you to find out a better way of using that banquet hall, and at the same time, when I see the proposal from Mr. Mayor's friend, Mr. Mehta, for $12,600 for renting the banquet hall. So I need to know what other assets are for sale or under the sale by Mr. Mayor before even we do all this work. Because this 12,600, we never come to know, the board was never being told that this thing is even for lease or for sale or for rent. But I'm seeing it right now, the proposal, the one which I got from Keith, from you, is that he's presenting 12,600 for renting the banquet hall. So, Mr. Flint, my question to you is, what are the other stuff which is in the pipeline? Is senior center is also for sale, or what other facilities we are renting out?
Mr. Flint, let me talk about this. He mentioned my name, Mayor. So I want to know, number one, I do not have any information that someone gave a proposal, number one, and he mentioned name of Mr. Mehta. In last meeting, board meeting, Mr. Mehta said, that he did not have knowledge, he has not given any proposal, So he should take his words back,
Okay, I would.
Misleading the people, number one. Number two, laughing does not make sense.
Can you please let me finish? Because it's my, I have a proposal right there. You see, Mr. Flint, that, correct? You have met Mr. Mehta, and this proposal, which is being emailed to me by Keith, it has on number 3, this 12,600 for renting the banquet hall. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Keith, or is this I'm making by myself up?
No, Mr. Maida emailed several of us a contract, I shouldn't say a contract, a proposal for the cricket fields and the banquet facility together.
Yes.
Part of that was, that 12,000 was for the banquet facility.
Yeah.
That was never brought up at any other time throughout the whole cricket contract.
But it was given, so it means he gets some kind of a green light that, okay, this banquet hall is for rent or for sale as well. And Ms. Farrell, could you please remind me, have you shown any people our banquet hall with the mayor?
I had one time.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Mr. Mayor, now, can I ask you why you are showing this? Who gave you the authority without even consenting with the board that you are showing this to your friend that, okay, this is for sale and you can have this one for sale? Why?
Can I say one thing? Can we keep this civil, please?
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
be nice, play nice,
Let me explain. I showed to one guy, he was not Mehta, number one. That was different guy.
Okay, now there is a
I
guy.
am mayor of Glendale Heights.
Oh.
Our golf course plus banquet hall is losing money, except last year, we are paying about $300,000 to $500,000 every year. That is my residents' money. My people who are living, they are affording this white elephant. And I don't want people pay from their pocket every year, So I want, with the board approval, that we should find some ways not to waste money, but to make some money, or even not, if we cannot make, we should make break even,
So the simple solution you got is to give it to your friend.
Not everybody, I have 34,000 people living, everyone is my friend. They are in my sport, they want to
not
save money,
everybody.
I want to make save, except Mr. Pojok,
Not everybody.
Okay, Mr. Flint, so that will be my end of discussion, because I just want to make sure, because when I'm spending my time, nighttime here, and Mr. Poling is crunching the numbers, and Ms. Farrell sitting here working late nights, then our work is not going in vain, and especially also with you are also with us. If we are doing this, and I think we already made the proposal to the golf committee, what our findings are, and we did a really hard work. So my only question is, when we are doing this on the parallel side, Mr. Mayor is showing it, I show it to one of the person or one people because we are losing many. We all are here to make sure that the residents, taxpayers' money do not go in vain. And I am with you on, Mr. Mayor, but the proper way is you have to let us know. You have to keep the board informed. When you are making me a chairman of a banquet hall committee and I'm working with the rest of the village employees, and on the other side, you are making deals with your friend, that makes no sense to me.
Can I ask a
Mr.
question?
Trustee, let me explain, showing is different, making deal is different,
Right.
If you don't know the difference, you can talk with attorney,
Okay, I do know we had the committee put together, Doug, and you were working with them. Was there headway made during that time?
The committee did phenomenal work. And the insight that was gained from the work that Bill and Jennifer did with Trustee Siddiqui and other members of the committee was kind of eye-opening, quite honestly, for everybody when it came to what it really costs to run the banquet facility and the golf course. And they've put a plan together for the golf committee that is a sound financial plan that, when looked at over course of a year with what we currently have booked and with future bookings and with some minor improvements to the facility for housekeeping and that kind of stuff, that the proposal is in line with other facilities around us to bring everything, to make it whole. And, we're government, we shouldn't be making, we're not buying $1 million houses off the banquet facility, right? We need to give a fair value to the residents, but still at least cover the costs of what it costs for employees and our time, and put a little revenue in the bank. But we're not out to break the bank. So they put together a very fair proposal with a couple of different options that the committee and then the board are going to be able to look at, consider, and vote on. And it's, the work they've done has been phenomenal in the pricing and in really giving what the board's going to see, true numbers of what it really costs to run the facility, and then what it costs for food, what it costs for employees, what it costs for electricity, and give you round numbers to really work off of to make a good sound decision financially on a lot of information.
So Trustee Siddiqui and his committee did put together a plan and will be presented at the golf committee meeting?
That'll be presented to the golf course committee next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. So at least we have a.
Wednesday, the 12th.
Wednesday the 12th, yeah, Wednesday, I'm sorry.
And I just want to thank all of the trustees and the employees for their remarkable work. We really worked hard, and special thanks to Mr. Poling for crunching those numbers. Without you, it would be impossible for us to know. So thank
Hey,
you,
Bill.
Jennifer, Mr. Poling, Doug, all needs clap or.
Golf clap.
Well, yeah, all right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right, you had part two.
Yes, now part two. Mr. Frost, can you please distribute this to?
Sorry, Pat, do you have a question about the golf?
I'm sorry,
No, I was
Pat.
just gonna say, I reinstate what Doug says and Trustee Siddiqui. I mean, they have the committee, they're getting all the information, they have it. Now it's gonna come to my committee the 12th, the next week, and then we'll just kick it around and make a decision. I mean, it's that easy. I mean, we'll make a sound decision for the village.
Pat, I was on that committee, and I think you'll be pleased when we come up with that answer. You're gonna love it.
Well, we'll see.
They did a lot of work, and they dug into a lot of facts and figures, and you're gonna like what you see.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks.
Can you please distribute this to the, yes, part two, before even I, oh, she will do it.
Should we get a bathroom
Yeah,
break in
so,
or something
yeah.
first, or?
So, to the, first two over there, because I didn't make that much, maybe We can
Just
share
the res-
and give it to the.
Yeah, we could. I don't need one.
Yeah, we can share. Give one to the mayor, please.
What was the topic on this? Because I kind of missed part of it, what you said.
The topic is earn money while you talk.
Okay.
It's a great incentive by the village of Glendale Heights. I didn't know about that, so I just come to know. So my second part is basically, I
Yes,
request.
can I have one? George, did you want one?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No.
You have an extra one?
No? Okay.
Missing.
I'm a good listener.
Would you?
Here, we share it.
So what I just distributed, Mr. Frost distributed is the stipend, and I also put one copy of my stipend as well. And it's really disturbing. I mean, I'm seeing, if you look at Mr. Coker's stipend, this is from May 13th till May 31st. He charged $1,050 to the taxpayer money. And what he charged for?
Vaccine.
I have couple of, first meeting with Mr. Chris Epstein, $50. Village tour at your convenience, $50.
Council chambers.
Mock village board meeting. What is this mock village board meeting? Is this something like just a preparation board meeting or what?
As I remember that was shortly after mayor was elected. We set up a mock board meeting to run him through how to run and organize a board
Okay,
meeting.
so that's gonna cost $50, okay. Resident Sayyid Raza, Goodrich Parking. So meeting with Sayyid Raza, $50. Grill on the Hill, $50. Meet with Rachel Kaplan, Public Works Director, $50. So we are charging for meeting with, so let's say, Miss Joanne, if I meet with you, I should be charging money for that?
That was part of the job.
No, I mean, that's
And it
what
should be
I,
part of your job to meet with staff.
is it,
So was
Mr.?
mine.
So if I am meeting with any board or a village employee, I should be charging money for that? Mr. Doug?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, I need to know.
Let me answer number one, I took oath on May 6th, and this is May bill, So even I did not know what is paid, what is not paid, and how it is paid, And Mr. Marin was working here, he's expert. It went through him and all other directors. They should have taken off, Am I right, Attorney Lamar?
I have not even,
This
seen it.
The real disturbing part is not even this. It's basically, when I see Casso Cricket League, T20, $50. So, okay. And the last one, the real one is the Governor Punjab, Pakistan. So you are calling Pakistan with your cell phone and charging residents $50. Do you get any advice from Mr. Marin for that? I mean, this is a common sense. I also put mine one. If you look at mine, I am also the new trustee. I'm not this is my first time, but I use taxpayers' money responsibly.
Okay,
My-
let me answer.
Can you please let me finish?
Governor
Can you
Punjab,
please let me finish?
That item by item.
Yes,
You
no,
mentioned
no.
Governor Punjab, Where is Governor Punjab, on which page? Where it says I called him?
Friday, May 28th,
This is not on phone call, it's a meeting, It's an in-person meeting.
Okay.
Don't add, stuff into that.
Governor Punjab.
You did not say on phone, you said phone meeting, it's not phone meeting.
Okay, whatever it
It's
is.
not okay, when you are giving, don't.
Governor
mislead-
Punjab has nothing to do with the
Listen, it's
village
not,
of Glendale
you
Heights.
don't- Mr. Trustee, you don't mislead people,
Oh,
There are-
no,
you are on the
misleading.
air.
I
You
am
are on the
misleading.
air.
Hold on, hold on.
Listen, you got, 30,000 for a contract where there is over 50,000 offer, because he's your brother-in-law.
Keep accusing, keep
And
doing
now you are
that, keep
adding,
talking
you are
nonsense.
adding,
Keep talking nonsense.
person meeting is not on phone,
So,
So don't add, from stuff which not on this,
So this thing just not stop here. I have his stipend for May, June, July. So let me tell you how much, and this is for the residents of Glendale Heights. They are the one who is going to suffer because they are the taxpayer. So this is, your mayor is charging for the month of May, $1,050. For June, $850. For July, $850. For August, $1,050. For September, $600. For October, $1,450. For November, $1,200. For December, $800. So I can understand, okay, first month, I don't know about this thing, but for the, what about the rest of the month? And the total bill is $7,850 till December 31st. And my only question is, what kind of business you are bringing, or what kind of benefit you are bringing by talking to these people, by your buddies, who are your buddies basically, while spending credit card on the taxpayers tab, going to lunches. I also have the credit card information, which I'm going to share soon. And I want all this information on our website so the people of Glendale Heights know where their taxpayers' money is going. And I want, if there is any loophole, I want to close that. I don't want to pay a single dime. I don't want this. I want this nonsense to stop, because this is not a cash cow. Village of Glendale Heights is not a cash cow that someone comes in and abuse it and charge $7,850 for what? It makes no sense. I have all the record. I will be putting, I want this information on our website so the people can decide. I also, because it's not fair if I will just bring his, that's why I also put mine one as well. And if you look at mine, on June, I charged $75. On July, I charge $50. In August, I have 4 meetings, so I charge $100. That's up to, from June till October 7th, it's almost like $225. That's my total for 3, even 4 months. So I will leave it to the residents of Glendale Heights to decide. But if there is any loophole, I want my trustees to come to a plan to stop this nonsense. This is a highway robbery, period.
Robbery is where other offer is 50,000, more than 50,000.
You can do what, Mr. Mayor, you cannot just, I abstain from it.
You bring business for your brother-in-law.
Control him.
He's paying $30,000, why there is a $50,000+ offer from other person?
Would you like to rebut?
Yeah.
Calmly, so I can understand, please, thank you.
Yes.
I can't hear when it gets real loud. Thanks. Go ahead.
Chester.
Oh, Chester.
The only thing I have, I've been told years ago, when you have a meeting or you're meeting with a resident, you put the name down and you write down the reason. Lighthouse, lights, garage, sheds, things like that. On your stipends, you just write down the name. Nothing. We don't know what you're doing. Is it a friend of yours, or are you meeting with something regarding the village? All my stipends, if you look at mine, it's all got something to do with the stipends and meetings. And I write it down exactly. I put the name down, and I met with Mr. Ramirez regarding streets, paving. You're just putting a name down, John Doe, and that's it. What did you do for John Doe? Is it part of the village?
Yes, all these meetings are valid meetings.
Well, it's not on there.
I mean,
Mr. Meritato.
Is there, well, I could say one thing. I have never, ever, since I've been elected, and I've been elected for many, many years, I have never took $25 from one resident, because I consider this is my job, and when somebody calls me, I call them back. I don't write their name down. I don't want the $25. I don't want the $25. I never collected it. But that's besides the point. Do you know, Doug, if there's a code or how they get paid? Because I don't know, because I don't put it down. I have never collected a dime.
There is a procedure and a policy on how on what elected officials can put reimbursements in for. It's kind of vague, to be honest with you.
So there is a loophole, basically.
It's kind of vague.
Yeah, that's what he's taking advantage of. Okay.
You know, the bigger problem with it is how it's the approval process. And the approval process goes through the village administrator office. And I've turned some back. I know Mr. Maron's turned some back. But we don't know what each elected official does on each given day and on what meetings, and we don't have control of calendars. And it's very awkward, for lack of a better word, to come to you and accuse an elected official of, falsifying a document. That's not the gist of it. We trust that the meetings are taking place and that you are duly, you're getting reimbursed for what you should be reimbursed for. So that's part of the problem with it. But we have a policy in place, the procedures there.
Is there a way, I mean, I even propose that we should just take this off. I mean, I'm not interested in this, as Mr. Pat said, and I know Mr. Light is not, and I think my other fellow trustees wouldn't be interested in that. If we can end this nonsense, because on one side, we are raising taxes on our residents, and on the other side, mayor is charging more than $1,000, sitting at his office, talking to his buddies. What kind of good it's bringing to the village of Glendale Heights? I really don't understand that.
I do know that I have been, since day one, I was given a sheet, a spectrum for which I had to work from. And if I so choose, I could pick, something I can do off of it. I never really looked at it that way. Don't get me wrong, I had done it in the past, but since this whole pandemic, I figure most of the people aren't working. I'm not gonna be working. I'm gonna do what I gotta do and just do it the right way and help everyone out and not collect on it. But I'm looking at stuff like a visitation and a wake on here. I'm going, all right, is that pushing the limits to go for a visitation on a wake? That I do, I would do that respectfully anyway, not expect to be reimbursed for it, but are there guidelines that we can maybe put together and tweak a little bit more? I mean, I know it's a lot to throw at you.
Certainly, and I think this is something that we can probably work with the attorney's office on and work with what the other villages that they represent have in place for per diems, for lack of a better term, reimbursements. We'll look at other policies. We'll get the board some models.
Yeah, first thing is, we want to stop this payment of this. It makes no sense to me.
Well,
This stipends money, this is a hard-earned money of our taxpayer.
I don't know that we can do that here.
Yeah, no,
I think we need to do that at another meeting if.
Yeah,
so
whatever it takes, yes.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I know we all put in a lot of time, we all do a lot of work. many, many, many hours, and, you know, I work a full-time job, but my lunchtime is real busy because I make all my phone calls during that time. And it's a half hour I get. So,
Can I talk?
Oh, no,
As a-
go
As a
ahead.
mayor, I want, if we can refine this, process, number one, you have my full support, number one. Number two, you can go through Mr. Siddiqui in the same page, he had 9 meeting 1 month.
Not nine in a meeting, if you read it carefully.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
This
6,
is,
7, 8, 9.
just read it carefully, don't
You
put, yeah.
see $25, one
Yeah,
meeting
so
is
it's
9
from
meetings.
June 17 to October 7.
Over here, there are 9 meetings.
Yeah, so read
9
from
meeting, yes or no?
from the period.
9
Yes,
meeting.
but look at the dates.
You are trustee,
3
I am
months.
mayor, I
Oh,
have to
yeah, so
tell
it gives
more-
you a license to rob the city, yes.
Not, you can use
Yes.
word rob.
yes.
I
Don't
have
put
to
your
meet-
words in my mouth.
I have to meet
Now
lot of
we catch
people.
you, so now you are
Number
coming with
one.
all
Number
this,
two,
yes.
I want to reform this.
Oh, yeah, you reform this, you
Yeah.
are charging.
The same way I'm going after,
Oh,
your
forget about
brother-in-law's
that.
contract,
Okay, we just
No,
got off,
let me-
we
let
just got
me-
off subject, we just got off
Trustee
subject.
Light, we will put together some model policies
Yeah.
that strengthen the current one.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify one thing, because he's saying it's, because I know he always accuses, he has no grounds for that, not 9 meetings, so if the people can read and look at mine one from June 17 till October 7, and it's June, there are 3, July, there are 2, August, there are 4. So it has 3 months, basically. And versus Mr. Mayor's, from the date, and this is on his own writing, May 13th till May 31st. So you do the math, May 13th, it's just for 18 days, he charged $1,050. I don't know what kind of valuable things he's bringing to the city. I mean, I'm clueless. And now, when I catch this, oh, I want to begin the reforms. So
All
be
right,
it.
I don't, trustee Pojek, I'm sorry.
Doug, I have a copy of that was given to us many, many years ago. I believe Mr. Serino's office formatted that. It's a list of all the stipends that the trustees can claim. And there's some that they cannot, and there's a lot of them they cannot. And I'll give you a copy of that.
No, I haven't.
You have one of those. And that's my Bible, that's what I go by.
No, and, over the course of time, I know Mike turned some back, I've turned some back. And, they're not, I want to call them purposeful, they're just, you go through your calendar and, sometimes you just make mistakes. So, but we don't know everybody's calendar, and we don't know what everybody does and how many phone calls you make and who you meet with every day. So it's very hard for me to not approve something, because I don't know what every elected official does every day and who you meet with, because you should be meeting with people all the time anyway. That's part of the goal, right? Part of the job.
When I make my stipend out, I put in detail, you've seen them.
Yeah.
Exactly what I done.
I have a question, Doug. Meeting with the city staff, like he charged, meet with Rachel Kaplan. Do we charge for that?
I would not think that would be part of the billing process, no.
And why he charged them?
I don't know.
Actually, it should have been corrected by Mr. Maron.
Oh, everything goes to Mr. Maron or Linda Jackson. He is innocent.
This is trap. I was new, and they know that was not paid, if I talk with,
I take that, but then tell me why you charge in October $1,450.
So we will look to strengthen the policy.
Yeah.
And we will bring some sample models, policies to the board.
Yeah.
And we can have discussion on the model policies.
Yeah,
Excellent,
I need to
perfect.
stop
To me,
first the
this
payment
is
of this.
This is entrapment by Mr. Maron,
Oh,
all those people,
okay.
Yeah, because it
Wow.
was not supposed to be paid.
I'm
they
surprised you
did it.
didn't say Linda Jackson.
You can add it.
I'm surprised, I'm really surprised you didn't say
Okay.
Linda
She was your
Jackson.
big
We have to
supporter.
wait for
You can
public
add it.
discussion.
Huh?
We have to wait
you
for
can add
public
it.
discussion.
It's,
She was your big
it's,
supporter.
Oh, yes, she is,
Gentlemen, hold on. Hey,
Yes.
Hey, can we make a little, hold on.
I have a question, just one more thing which I wanna say,
Right.
because, in October, Mr. Mayor charged $1,450. So when he say, oh, well, I don't know, Mr. Mayor has to tell me, what about October? Why he charged $1,450?
Listen, I attend more meetings, I'm
Oh,
president.
wow,
People come to
okay,
see me.
let's discuss
All right, so
that.
we decided we're gonna go ahead and
They've come to see
refine
me.
this.
They
All
come
right,
to
They don't come
gentlemen,
to you.
all right, I hate to do it, but
The taxpayer is
Your
gonna,
brother-in-law comes to
you're gonna answer taxpayer, because
How
I'll be
much-
putting this in the
how much
Facebook,
relief-
yes.
How much relief you gave to your brother-in-law?
hold on, guys, guys.
$30,000?
Hold on, we just got off track, please, all right, stop, all right?
$30,000
All right,
to
guys,
one person.
guys, next, Pat Maritato, Public Works.
I thought the circus was over.
No,
but
come
I
on,
guess
Pat.
not.
Public Works?
What the hell, I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
We got,
I was
yeah.
thinking
Snow
about-
removal, thank you.
Oh,
Public
Public Works.
Public Works.
For the first snowfall ratio, the guys did a good job. I mean, streets were nice and clean by me anyway, so
Yeah.
I can't, only my calls came is because of
I don't wanna get that.
parking. Now, do the drivers, when the drivers are plowing snow, do they call in the cars that are parked on the street? They do? Oh, okay, because then I don't have to drive around like I did the other night. Driver calls them in?
Commander, and they call into the PD.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
The CSO drives through my neighborhood all the time.
So I would echo your comments, Pat. The Public Works and Parks people did phenomenal work. Being short-staffed, many of our drivers out in Public Works are sick. A lot of people out within the village that have COVID. So the employees that were available over the holiday weekend did yeoman's work. They stepped up nicely, and they should all be acknowledged for that.
How are we looking for salt? Are we in good shape for salt?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you.
We have one more question on the, would you like to make a comment? I'm sorry, I was trying to get through that part of it. Hey, please, come up. There's no more public discussion really of anything, but if you'd like to make a comment.
Yes, yes, as a tax-paying resident and citizen, the lack of civility in this, I am highly disappointed. This is just so disappointing. And maybe Robert's Rule of Order would be a great example. And as an attorney, whether as a kid, anything, I have wanted to serve my country. I want to serve my community. But some of the things I have heard, such as, quote, and I should be accountable, transparency, accountability. But if somebody is calling me, quote unquote, highway robbery, stealing, these, I would sue somebody for slander, libel, defamation of character. Instead of every elected official must be and should be accountable, but this should be factual, not quote unquote highway robbery or robbery, which I kept hearing many times, or quote buddies. And if any way I want to volunteer, and I still do, and I would never tolerate that. I have to answer, factually, but this is slander, libel, defamation, and I urge you as grown adults to be civil. I'm disgusted.
Thank you. All right, call for adjournment. Chester,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Get out of here.
Aye? Okay, aye. Opposed? No one. All right, we're adjourned.
Oh.